think any leader, including myself, have really burned my fingers and doing really stupid things for the sake of my ambition or my plan. So when we burn our fingers, do we take enough time to integrate what happened? What do I learn from it? How will I do it different in the future? Why did it feel like burnt hands? Is it because I hurt people? Is it because I didn't achieve what I wanted to do? Is it because I failed delivering? What happened here? Right. So this art of creating space to integrate, properly integrate and make sense, I think is then the individual side of it. What we do with groups of leaders is also to try to create spaces where even those more sensitive topics can be shared. Right. So that would typically not be in the bigger groups, but it would be in smaller groups of group coaching or even one-on-one, right? Because this, I think, create a lot of leaders are actually able to help each other a lot more than they are aware of very often. So there's help coming to me. I felt heard and seen, and it was not so different from how my peers have burnt their fingers in the past. But also it's a part of life, and let me be resilient around when it happens, because it will happen again, and I don't have to be so afraid of it, right? I'm always doing my best. So I think that's also important to put attention to that, what's happening inside myself.
Yes, I mean, I can totally relate to this. The power of vulnerability, often underestimated, and then create spaces for people dare to open up and be vulnerable and feel heard and seen, and how powerful that is as an antidote to burnout and to also fear. So just the sense of connectedness or community is then so strong and carries you forward also, no, as a leadership team, I think.
Yeah.
I've experienced
and I think
this.
actually those burnt finger moments are the most powerful to make us resilient people, because we learn from what we go through, right?
Yeah.
And we know we can do it again. Yeah.
And because of course we always want to make it personal as well. So I'm curious, in your personal leadership journey, could you share maybe a moment of burnt fingers or of failure or of really a crisis moment where you learned important things about whatever happened there? And could you share this with?
I think again, luckily I burned my fingers quite a lot sometimes when I was quite young. So that helped me grow up, say it that way. So I really have I have a few strong memories of being so keen on my delivery agenda that if I didn't work the system fast enough to my sense of fast, I would try to shortcut. And that would be, for instance, skipping levels of leadership upwards to get my point through quicker, and forgetting that I have relationships in the middle to take care for, not knowing that was what I was doing, but really burning trust in why are you playing our system this way just because people like you in those positions. There is a political organization here, you need to understand. So I definitely did that, really never out of bad intention. I actually did it because I wanted my projects to work out quick, but I recognized that I was really burning my relationships a few times. So I think that's a big learning. And it also taught me that just because I have one agenda, and that's coming again from this probably relatively immature part of the leadership journey, of the most important right now is not here, it's out there, it's what I need to achieve, that my plan is a part of a bigger plan, right? So this notion of never forget how things connect. You have to be able to step away and see yourself as part of a bigger system. The example I have is, I think most leaders, we don't even want to talk about that pandemic anymore, but yes, operating a consultancy with a group of people and then being out there with clients, though the way we work with clients is we are not every day on site, but still being an organization that is a lot out there. From one day to the other, not being able to do that anymore was a really scary moment. And I think if in that situation you are not able to be actually quick in thinking about how might we do things different instead of just freezing, we could have burnt, but we didn't. And we found very creative ways of not thinking what is important to us, but how do we help the clients best possible right now in that situation. Let's go and talk to them how our help can be the most helpful. Where are their sufferings right now? It was not a pleasant moment, and I learned a lot from it in terms of how to get the team together, how to create the space to make sense of what did yesterday look like, what will tomorrow maybe look like, and how do we go from there, and then to the outwards perspective of the clients.
Yeah, this everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. So by reality, and of course, those are both examples that you gave. First is more personal, individual. So you have your own delivery agenda, your own personal objectives, and you want to achieve it. No, and then if you're achievement oriented, you want to cut corners and make it quick. Then understanding that, I mean, if you go into a big organization, you go to politics, and that it's all about the relational system and individual interest also, no, and those dynamics of finding allies and feeling yourself really into the system and then influencing it from within. That this actually is the way to go, and not like look at, okay, this is my target, I want to achieve it, and so this is releasing your agenda in a way and releasing how you thought it would be working, right, to be more systems oriented and relationship oriented. In the second case, I mean, the plan is kind of how you have done business before, how consulting worked before. And then you get punched in the face by the pandemic, like I think many people. And then if you try to stick to the old ways, you might not make it now or burn out. And so to release this and say, okay, and I hear what you said, was really, okay, let's go to our clients, talk to them, what would help them most now? And then we do this independently of what we did before, and we let go of everything that was planned in a way, right? So,
yeah.
This is, seems to be powerful, and it's kind of fast, you said. It's also kind of flexible, kind of systems oriented or client oriented, of course, in this sense, needs oriented.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think you can allow yourself that space of experimentation of something new also in a situation like that. And then you can come back again, right, to something that is more aligned to the bigger picture and aspiration of your organization, which is fine. So it was a big learning of how to act entrepreneurial, still holding on to the core values of your organization, which is also, in that case, what we activated a lot was the open-heartedness, right? It's not about us, it's about the clients right now, and we're fine with that. So if we need to help them figure out how to use an online system which they've never used before to be able to communicate, we do that for a few weeks, no problem, right? Even that's not really what we normally do.